Hey, welcome. Today we are diving into something that can literally change your life, the skill of letting go of the past. We're going to break down 5 really important mental shifts that can free you from all that regret and pain and help you tap into the incredible power of right now.
Wow, this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? When we cling to old mistakes and hurts, our whole future just shrinks. We get stuck. You know, the most successful, most resilient people out there, they've all mastered the art of letting go. It's how they bounce back so incredibly fast. And today, we're going to learn how you can do it too.
You know, the effects of truly letting go can be so intense they almost feel like a miracle. And to really get just how powerful this is, we've got to look at the incredible true story of a woman named Anita Moorjani.
So just look at this journey. For 5 long years, Anita's cancer got worse and worse until finally her organs failed and she slipped into a coma. But this is the turning point. During a near-death experience, she had this huge realization that her mind was completely trapped, stuck between the fear of dying and this desperate, exhausting struggle to heal. And in that moment, she just let go. She let go of both. And the result was absolutely staggering. Just 4 days later, 70% of her tumors were gone, vanished. 5 weeks later, she was declared completely cancer-free. And this isn't just a nice story, it's a case that's documented in medical records. Her healing started the very instant she stopped trying so hard and just started being.
So, how do we actually apply this in our own lives? Well, let's start with our past mistakes. This first shift is all about learning how to stop letting a bad decision you made yesterday ruin your decisions today.
We have all been here. You buy an expensive movie ticket, but when the day comes, you feel sick. So do you go anyway? A lot of us would, right? Because we don't want to waste the money. But that's a trap. It's called the sunk cost fallacy. What actually happens is you end up feeling even worse, and you probably spend more money on medicine later. You've just made the first mistake even bigger because you couldn't let go of that initial cost.
So what's the solution? Well, Warren Buffett put it perfectly. He said, when you find yourself in a hole, the first thing to do is stop digging. The second you realize you've made a mistake, your number one job is to just stop making it worse.
Okay, here's a really practical tool you can use. It's called the Day Zero rule. Think about something in your life right now, a habit, a job, maybe a relationship that's just draining you. Now ask yourself this really powerful question. If today were day zero, knowing everything I know now, all the pain and frustration it causes, would I choose to start this? If your gut is screaming no, well, that's your answer. Today is the day you stop digging. The present isn't a punishment for the past, it's a brand new door.
And this leads us right into our second mental shift. It's not just about past actions, it's about the stories we tell ourselves in the present to justify our own bad habits. Just think about Lance Armstrong. For years, he came up with reasons for his doping. At first, he told himself it was just medicine, but then the story got bigger. He was doing it for his cancer foundation, for all the patients. He literally became the hero in his own fake story. And that's the danger. When we lie to ourselves for long enough, we completely lose the ability to tell what's true and what's just fiction.
This happens constantly with procrastination. The story we tell ourselves is this heroic tale. Oh, I just thrive under pressure. I need the deadline to do my best work. But what's the real, honest-to-God truth? The truth is we delay, we scramble at the last minute, and we produce work that is way below what we're actually capable of. That story protects our ego, but it keeps us from ever changing the habit and being truly effective in the moment.
Okay, so we've looked at our actions and our stories. For shift number 3, we have to go a little deeper, we have to turn inward. We're going to tackle those 3 big mental patterns that keep us chained to the past: worry, guilt, and shame.
Worry is like paying compound interest on a debt you might not even owe. This cable here breaks it down so clearly. We waste so much mental energy stuck in the right column, fixated on things we don't fully control, like what the final exam result will be. The secret to freedom is to drag all of your focus over to the left column. Just ask yourself, what can I 100% control right now? My preparation today, my focused practice, my actions in this moment. When you live in this column, the cycle of worry just breaks. Next, we absolutely have to understand the difference between guilt and shame. They are not the same thing. Guilt says, I did something wrong. It's about a specific action, and honestly, it can be useful. It can push us to do better. But shame? Shame is so much more toxic. Shame says, I am wrong. It attacks who you are at your core.
Shame doesn't lead to growth, it just destroys your confidence and keeps you convinced that you are the mistake.
Here's a simple but seriously transformative way to break free from that. Anytime you catch yourself saying, "Ugh, I have to do this," you're making yourself a prisoner of the past, like you're serving a sentence. But just try flipping one word. Say, "I choose to do this." Instantly, you're back in the driver's seat. The task is no longer some heavy burden. It's an act of your own choice.
All right, this next shift is a total game changer for your relationships and, frankly, for your own sanity. It's about taking back the enormous amount of energy we waste trying to manage what other people do and think.
We've all been here, right? You feel let down, frustrated, maybe even betrayed. You think they should have known better, or why didn't they include me? What do you do with that awful feeling? The answer, according to the author Mel Robbins, is two simple words. Let them. Yep, let them be wrong about you. Let them misunderstand you. Let your friends not invite you to the party. You cannot control other people. You can only control your reaction. The moment you stop fighting their reality and focus on your own choices, your mind becomes so much lighter. It's incredibly freeing.
And now for our fifth and final shift. And honestly, this is probably the hardest one. See, true strength isn't about avoiding pain. It's about learning how to walk right through the middle of it.
We often think of rock bottom as this one dramatic moment where everything changes. But that's a myth. As Robert Downey Jr.'s journey shows us, rock bottom is actually a long, painful valley you have to walk through. He hit rock bottom, sure, but then came years in that valley. In and out of rehab, facing rejection, people not wanting to work with him. Then came the slow process of rebuilding trust with small roles before he could finally have that epic comeback as Iron Man. His story proves that success isn't about not having problems. It's about the strength you build by walking through them.
So how do you walk through that valley? By finding the calm center. There's a great story about Kobe Bryant. He was in a terrible slump, and right before a high-pressure game, his coach gave him this bizarre advice. Do not try to score. So by letting go of the outcome, Kobe stopped struggling. He became totally present in the process of the game, and ironically, he ended up being the top scorer. That's the eye of the hurricane. When chaos is swirling all around you, your power is in focusing only on the next calm, deliberate step.
Okay, so here's your summary for freedom. Let's run through it. Stop digging when you're in a hole. That's the day zero rule. Stop justifying bad habits with fake stories. Act only on what you can 100% control. Shift your language from I have to I choose to. Let other people be who they are. And when you're in pain, focus on the process, not the outcome. Ultimately, it all comes down to this. The past is just a memory. The future is just an idea. All you really have, all of your power, exists right here, in this one single moment. So the only question that really matters is, what will you